Oh, come on and spend the night. Eh? The moon's gonna go down in a couple hours anyway. Eh?
No, I can make miles by then. One for the road, and two for two mean mountain men.
Keep it down, will you?
Cooper Hawkins acting like a family critter.
No.
Oh, that's hard to believe.
No, it ain't none of it. I'm just trying to help these people get started.
Then why'd you build this here rabbit hutch for yourself? Ah? You know, Coop, times change. Friends get stuck in one place. But not this old buffler. Come on, Queenie.
See you next time you upriver.
We made it, Queenie. Now we'll just sleep under our own style roof, eh? We ain't gonna share this hotel with no bear, though. Hey, what in thunder?
That ain't Potts! Hey, you! That ain't Potts! Get him! Get him!
There we are, Miss Chisholm. Nice piece of patch material. It's good, thick homespun.
Oh, I'm ashamed not to be making my own. But we got that loom of the Murphys almost repaired now.
Wouldn't this make a beautiful dress? It's soft as baby's skin.
Oh, it's beautiful right enough. But even if there was enough money left, there ain't no place to wear such a thing. Not in these parts. So don't set your heart to fluttering.
Might be such a place someday.
Well, someday it will, miss. California is changing all the time. Ships are crowding our harbors, and settlers are arriving every day. Why, soon we may even have a newspaper that will report meetings like this.
Meetings like what?
Like this one. Thomas Sinclair meets,
Mercy Ann Hopwell. Chisholm. I'm adopted.
Well, I'm glad to make your acquaintance, Miss Mercy Ann Hopwell Chisholm.
Anything else, Miss Chisholm?
Not now, Mr. McDaniels.
I have some more of that cotton your son-in-law bought for his wife the other day.
Mending pans is more important than making pretty blouses.
10 cents. Thank you.
Wait! There's some tea here that smells like heaven.
And costs even higher. Come on now. We've got more errands before we get home.
That's her, Mr. Sinclair. The widow Chisholm. Worth the trip over?
Good afternoon, Miss Mercy. Can I be of assistance?
We're just walking down to the river to meet one of my adopted brothers. He's hoping to trade for some lumber. We're fixing up our new old cabin a little.
Your brother, would he be a tall fellow named Gideon?
How do you know?
Ah, well, I'm afraid you're in for a long wait. I'm just coming from the Embarcadero. They're only just now unloading the boat. It'd be a shame for you to wait for so many hours, especially if this rain gets heavier. I'm heading in your direction, if you don't mind riding in a carriage.
Mind? We sure wouldn't.
Would we? We don't know the gentleman here.
Yes, we do. It's Mr. Sinclair.
Mrs. Chisholm, I'm afraid I have the advantage of you. Thomas Sinclair.
Minerva Chisholm.
It would give me great pleasure to drive you home.
Please, it's such a grand carriage.
All right.
Came riding along fast. his silver spurs flashing, and he reached down and snatched his chicken without breaking stride. I tell you, Will, them vaqueros are the best riders in the world. The best.
Yeah? You ever seen a Comanche?
No, you?
No?
Well, I bet no Injun ever lassoed a 1,000-pound grizzly bear and wore him down until he... Hey!
It's Ma. Hey! Hey, wait a minute, Coigna.
Down here.
Oh. Thank you. Let me introduce my family. This is my eldest daughter, Bonnie Sue. How do you do?
How do you do?
This is my daughter-in-law, Coidna. Hello.
How do you do?
And my sons, Bo and Will.
Oh, Bo.
Hi.
Oh, Will.
Pleased to meet you, sir.
Mr. Thomas Sinclair is a local businessman. Is that right?
Exactly.
We rode all the way from Sutter's Fort in his carriage.
Where'd you get it?
So? That ain't none of your business.
Boston. I had it shipped in last year.
All the way from Boston?
Well, my trading ships go to New England and the Sandwich Islands and to ports in the Far East, as a matter of fact. That reminds me, Mercy. Here. This is for you.
Can I? Well, I don't.
It's an old California custom, giving gifts.
Thank you very much. It's the tea leaves.
That's orange picot from China. I'm the only one who imports it.
Holy cats!
Mercy Ann, that's no way to speak.
I'm gonna go brew some right now.
He hasn't had much in the way of pleasure for quite a while. Thank you, sir.
I wish my husband Lester could meet you, sir.
Oh, yes. Where is Lester? Oh, Mr. Hawkins. This is Mr. Sinclair.
Howdy.
Pleasure.
Lester? Lester, where are you? They're calling you. Why don't you go out and say hello? Shh. He's right here.
What'd you do that for?
Well, your company has made this a most pleasant and memorable afternoon. Thank you again. Well, well, Mr. Hackett.
Howdy, Mr. Sinclair.
When you asked me the other day for that loan, I didn't know you were related to the Chishoms, and you should have told me that you were a family man.
Didn't I mention?
Well, thank you again.
If Captain Sutter don't give me a job like he's maybe gonna give Gideon, maybe Mr. Sinclair will. What do you think?
Don't know too much about the man. Not yet.
Well, he's got a big house over on the other side of American Fork. Got a couple of kids, too, Mercy says. He's got a trading company down in Monterey.
Think he likes your ma?
Can't rightly blame him if he does. Want me to ask him?
No.
So you asked Mr. Sinclair for a loan, and you didn't even mention you had a family.
Bonnie Sue, it's not what you think.
Like you just forgot, maybe. Or you want to be rid of us, is that it?
I told you, I only wanted Mr. Sinclair to think that I'm a free man with no responsibilities except to the business which I'm asking for the loan.
I think he likes family men.
And straight-talking ones, too, I'll bet.
All right, I made a mistake.
I'm sure no harm's done. Mr. Sinclair seems very good-natured.
Well, he's that all right, Ma. At least where you're concerned.
What?
Would you like to know how much he paid me to wait loading that lumber off the river just so he could offer you a ride home in his carriage?
What? No. That's not true. Now, you just hush your mouth, Gideon.
Mr. Sinclair admires you for sure, Ma. As plain as day. Would anyone like some more orange pekoe tea all the way from China?
Give it to Gideon.
What's bothering you?
Orange pekoe tea! We don't need no handouts. We made it this far by ourselves, we'll keep on making it. By ourselves. You just tell Mr. Sinclair to come check with me before he goes passing out any more favors. And you tell him he's not welcome in my house.
Pay him no mind, Ma. Ain't his house anyways.
All right, come on in. All right, who is?
Caleb. Who? Bo, go get your ma, hurry.
What
the devil happened to you?
He didn't want me to share his cave.
What? Who? What are you talking about?
It was a bear coop. I poked him in the jaw with a stone, and his teeth, they jangled like glass.
What are you trying to tell me?
Teeth falling like glass.
No bear did this to you.
Like glass.
His breathing seems easier this morning. He's not quite so flushed.
He hadn't said anything that makes any sense.
He may not for quite a while. You did a good job getting the bullet out.
I've had a lot of practice.
Yes. Well,
Mr. Sinclair's friendship means a lot to me, Will. And if you're head of this family and my brother-in-law and making enemies of that man all at the same time, you ain't gonna give me the money or the time of day.
No handouts.
Loans ain't handouts.
Bo, come down from there.
Buenos dias, senora. My name is Andres, and Don Tomas sent me with his greetings. He said to find the most beautiful of senoras and to give her this.
me? Thank you.
Look, it's got your name on it, Ma. Open it. What is it?
Wait a minute.
Of course, there is no hurry. Don Tomas would not expect an answer to his invitation, at least until tomorrow. Buenos dias, senora.
An invitation?
A dinner party for a sea captain and some Mexican officer and his wife, and Ma's to be a special guest. Holy Jehoshaphat.
Bonnie Sue, watch your mouth.
And Mr. Sinclair's sister will be there.
Well, it don't make no difference. I'm not going. Not going? No, I can't. Not with that poor friend of Mr. Hawkins, lying out there, half out of his mind with pain.
But it's not until Wednesday.
Well, anyway, it wouldn't be proper for a widow to go gallivanting.
It would, too. There's even a missionary coming, and he says that
Besides, I don't have anything to wear.
Yes, you do.
What?
That dark purple velvet. It's most suitable, Ma, and we could mend it in time. Come on, we'll find it.
What were they after, Caleb?
They was after my marten skins, baby. I have 5 of the marten skins.
Who, Caleb? Who?
Queenie. Where's Queenie? Go find Queenie for me, Coop. Find her.
I will, Caleb. Don't worry about her.
Well, thank you, Mr. Hackett. You'll bring good news. I'm delighted that she's coming. And I'm very pleased that you and your wife and those other ladies could come over this afternoon.
I hoped you wouldn't mind.
Not at all. It's my pleasure. So now, this loan, how much was it that you said again that you needed to start this business you planned?
Maybe $300.
300 cash. Well, that is a large amount, even for a man in my position.
I know.
Difficult, but not impossible to arrange. Sit down.
One spoonful or two?
Is that real sugar?
2, I'd take it.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're from Virginia, Mrs. Hackett?
Mm-hmm. Near Hogg's Corner.
Hogg's Corner?
That's right. Right near Cuttersville.
I see. 1 spoonful or 2?
33.
What?
She's not too good with numbers. Actually, she means 2.
Yes, 33. By all means, help yourself.
I am a widower, and my oldest boy is going back east to continue his schooling with my sister Abigail. And my young son will be here all by himself. A boy without a mother, a house without a mistress.
A miss?
I'm a family man, Mr. Hackett. A family man. I want her, to put it simply. And to be candid with you, it's much easier to lend money to a member of the family. I would not hesitate myself. Lester?
Do you share this bed?
Nah. Edwin's room is down the hall.
You have your own rooms?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I don't know.
You like the Afghan?
Yes, it's the most beautiful one I've ever seen.
You can have it. You can't fit it in this trunk anyway.
You sure your pa won't mind?
No, he won't mind. And how are you this afternoon, Mercy Hopwell Chisholm?
Just fine, sir.
Good, good, good. Come, I'll show you the rest of the house. And Charles has to run an errand later with Andres, so if you would like to ride in the carriage with him, he can take you home later.
I'd love to.
Well, he's a lucky boy, eh, Mercy? Going back east for schooling?
I guess so. My real ma used to talk about going back east all the time.
Well, anything is possible, Mercy. Anything at all.
That was really something, wasn't it?
Never seen such a place.
What'd you think of his sister, Miss Abigail?
Stuffy.
You think Ma'll like her?
About as much as she likes pine pitch in her clothes.
Mr. Sinclair wants to take me down to Monterey. Show me his trading company and his docks and sheds. He says as a future businessman, I'd find it real interesting.
You got the loan.
It depends.
Depends.
He wants to marry Ma.
He said that?
Plain as he could without using words. Bonnie Sue, do you realize what it could mean for all of us?
Lester, you shush. Ma'd never even think of such a thing. You know that.
Women do change their minds.
That's absolutely ridiculous. Why, if Will heard you talking like this, he'd... I'm afraid to think what he'd do.
Oh! Whoa! Look what I got. You ever seen an animal like this before?
Are you riding it, or is it the other way around?
I don't know yet. His name's Diablo. Bearco just brought him over. Yeah, it's a present from Mr. Sinclair to me. Whoa, boy. Whoa. Hey. Whoa. Ah. Whoa.
Will's got no right to interfere, and neither does anybody else.
Yeah. I got every right in the world. I'm the oldest son, and I'm the head of this family. And if my ma's foolish enough to go sailing off to dinner parties...
It's only one party, Will. That's all I'm saying. If you just keep your mouth shut and let her have a little enjoyment out of life. Let her have a nice time with nice people. For just one evening.
And pretty soon, one will be two. And then four.
No, Ma would never have to be seeing Mr. Sinclair more than that.
Says who? Whose mouth are you talking out of, Bonnie Sue? Yours or Lester's?
You take that back. I know Ma better than you do.
And what about Pa lying up there in that hill?
Pa's dead, Will. No matter how much we miss him, Ma's still got her own life to lead and her own decisions to make.
No! You just hush up, Bonnie Sue.
Will.
It's just a dinner. They'll put food in their mouths just like everybody else. There. Oh.
Turn around.
Oh, gracious. Oh, this old dress.
It's beautiful. And you look just like a queen.
Oh, queen of a vegetable garden and a pig pen.
There. Perfect.
Nothing's perfect. Leastways, this granny from Virginia.
Come on in.
I never. No, how, Ma, is that you?
Crammed into this dress like stuffing in a bird. The seams will surely pop.
Well, I get the first dance.
Oh, yes, now.
They better do the Virginia reel or it won't be any dance at all.
A waltz will suit me fine, thank you.
A waltz it is.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Now. Oh, that's enough. Oh, it's time for bed already.
Ma, this is for you.
For me?
Open it. Just in case there's a chill in the air tomorrow night.
You shouldn't have that much money.
Who's talking money? We traded a bushel of next year's wheat to Mr. McDaniel.
That's right.
Thank you. Where's Bo?
Oh, he's still grooming his new horse. Gonna wear the poor critter's skin out.
And Will?
He's off hunting for Mr. Ives' old mule. I wouldn't pay Will too much mind these days.
No. Oh. Won't you come in, Mr. Hawkins?
Oh, no, thanks. I just come by to say good night, and I hope you have a pleasant evening tomorrow.
Hadley, I miss you so. It's only been months, and yet I ain't mending with the passing of the time, like they say. Don't think I ever shall. I miss your warmth, your strength. Last time I wore that dress, you whirled me so I crashed into the preacher, sending him whirling. And you made a joke over it. Got the preacher to laughing. And you laughing. It's your laughter I miss the most. Your sweet and bright laughter. Good night, Hadley.
Never saw so many forks.
Yes, it is ridiculous, isn't it? After all, you only do use one at a time.
Now everyone seems to water, even Great Britain, eh, Captain?
Oh, yes, Hudson's Bay Company would just love to get back into California, with or without the support of the Crown. But that's up to our Mexican friends. So they had better not fall asleep just because the Russians have gone. Them and their sea otter trade. You Americans are not the only ones who have your eyes on this beautiful land. As a matter of fact, it seems that one or two of you own a good bit of it, huh? A blinking good bit of it, I'll say.
I'll drink to that.
I don't see what the fuss is all about. California is a god-awful country, bound for trouble and bloodshed. I've been urging Thomas to come back to Boston, where life is at least more refined. But he keeps talking about how pretty it is here. What do you think, Mrs. Chisholm? Well,
I walked 3,000 miles to get here. I choked in the dust, drowned in the rains, froze in the cold of the mountains. I buried a daughter and a husband. Mr. Sinclair is right. It is a beautiful country, worth settling in.
Queenie?
That's right.
Where'd you find her?
Vasquez's place. She came wandering in with some of their stock. They gave me back everything she had on her, too.
Martin skins, huh?
5 beauties. That's a lot of money. Whoever shot him wasn't trying to rob him, I figure.
I know. He told me all about it. He was clear for a while. I was reading to him.
The Bible? You?
He's dead. See that? From what he said, it can't be much further.
All right, lads, come on. Stack it here. Come on, get a move on.
Well, looky here. You lost, gents.
Get over there next to them barrels. Go on, move.
You too, huh?
Sure, I'm moving.
See what's for sale, Will.
Get your hands off. That's private property.
Yeah? Whose?
The Emperor of Cathay. Now get out of here!
Smuggling, huh? Bring them small boats up the river at night so you don't have to pay the Mexican tariff. It's gonna make somebody pretty rich, huh? What you got there, Will?
Orange Pico tea. All the way from China.
Hold it.
All right, drop it. All right, let's get outside. Him too. Pick him up and let's get outside.
What are you gonna do?
You're gonna do it. Throw that torch inside. We're gonna have us a bonfire.
Why?
Because a harmless old man wanted to spend a night in a cave and there wasn't room.
Now move!
Tell the Orange Pico man to send a bill to Will Chisholm.
It's a fine party. Fine people. Such a fine house. Gracious. It's the last sort of place I expected to find myself in when I got to California.
Yes, there aren't too many places like it. It was built or begun by Don Arturo Vincente. And he brought many rich things with him from Mexico City. But 10 years ago, when my wife and I moved in, we had to live in a tent down there. And the Indians mixed the adobe to finish it.
She must have loved it. Your wife.
Well, she never saw it completed. She died giving birth to young Edwin 6 years ago.
I'm sorry.
I've always loved the Moorish architecture. Ever since as a young boy when I read Washington Irving, the Alhambra, of course.
Oh.
And I visited Granada once. Sailed to Spain on one of my father's ships. Always had a taste for beautiful places. And beautiful things.
Oh, I can see that. Yes. So many fine marks of refinement and education.
Oh, that reminds me. I'm sending my oldest boy, Charles, to Boston to continue his schooling next week with my sister Abigail.
So soon? Imagine going to a real school. None of the Chisholm children ever did that.
There's no reason why they couldn't. May I call you Minerva?
I suppose so.
Call me Thomas.
Don Thomas, as I hear people calling you. But shouldn't we? Shouldn't we be returning to the festivities before the guest of honor misses us?
Minerva, you are the guest of honor. All of those others do not exist.
Come along, Mr. Sinclair. The wine is making you lightheaded. Oh, mercy, Anne. Why'd you let me sleep so long?
Well, why not for once? Besides, I just want to hear about everything first. So tell me, what did everybody wear? What'd they have to eat?
You got no proof, Will. You can't be condemning a man without real proof.
A proof is in what I saw. A man's a thief and a smuggler. And worse than that, he's hired other men to do his killing.
Are you sure?
Coop, will you tell him?
It's true, Bonnie Sue. Sinclair's men shot Caleb because he stumbled across their hideout. Now, maybe the Mexicans don't care nothing about a killing, but they'll sure stop his smuggling in a hurry. He's been cheating them blind for years, and now they'll know it.
Same as I know how he's been buying this family off, one by one, with his so-called charity.
All right, never mind. But it'll only hurt Ma if you go telling her all that today. Telling her like she made some awful mistake.
Bonnie Sue, I am going to tell her before she sees him again. She needs to know what kind of man he is.
Easy, boy. Easy. Just one more.
What's everybody just standing there for?
Just thinking I'd like to shoot that horse of Sinclair's. Come on.
Tea's almost gone.
We'll save our money and buy some more.
Remember when I didn't want to come west? Remember when I was so scared, all I could remember was back home, back east?
I remember. We were strangers to each other then.
And you were all so good to me and patient-like, and then we weren't strangers no more?
What's the matter, darling?
Don't know if I want to go away, that's all.
Go away?
To school. Mr. Sinclair said all of his children will be getting educations back in Boston. It'd mean a boat journey, and if I'm going to be one of them, he says
Hush. I'm finally beginning to see.
I want to stay right here. I want to stay right here and never leave. I want to be your daughter. Ma?
Well, Mrs. Chisholm, good morning. What a pleasant surprise.
Good morning, Mr. Sinclair. I want to thank you for such fine gifts, but I can't let my family accept them.
What, is there any reason why you can't?
I prefer that what the Chisholms got, they earned through their own hard work.
Well, of course, I understand that.
I prefer also that we deal forthrightly with one another concerning matters of the heart. Because though I love my children dearly, they hold no sway over me in such matters.
But please.
I've been foolishly blind to the truth before my eyes. I've been charmed and flattered without pausing to think why. But now my youngest child is all but sent east to school. My oldest daughter and her husband are dreaming of managing a fine business. And my youngest son, Beau, is falling off a fancy horse. Gift-giving may be a California custom, but you're about something other than simple gift-giving.
Well, I have wanted to tell you about my feelings. It's just that I never knew how.
You should have spoken simply and directly to me. And I'd have spoken simply and directly to you. That is how it is when people respect each other and aren't just trying to use each other. That's how it was all the years of my marriage. And, well, what I wanted you to know is that I just ain't thinking of ever marrying anyone else ever again. Good day to you, Mr. Sinclair. Bonnie Sue!
Thank you for the loan of the blouse.
Oh, no, you keep it. I wanted you to have it. It looks so pretty on you.
But I'm more me this way.
Well, you can wear it on Sundays.
Auntie Sue? Where'd your ma say she was going?
She didn't.
Didn't she say she was coming back?
She didn't.
I'll tell her today.
No, you're not. Lester?
We've already told the alcalde what happened. The Mexicans will be coming after Sinclair anyway.
Here they come.
Ma's coming!
Well, what's everyone dawdling here for? There's work to be done. Bo, I took your horse back to Mr. Sinclair. If you want one bad enough, go find yourself a wild one.
Yes, ma'am.
Mercy, you want a blanket? Then make one.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, let's get a move on. How are we going to fix ourselves a nice home and get Lester started in business? Just standing about. Thank you, Mr. Hawkins, for not asking any questions.
You're welcome, Mrs. Chisholm. You're welcome indeed.
Did you have something to say to me?
No, Ma. Nothing. Nothing at all.
I have some wildflower seeds I've been meaning to spread on your pa's grave. And now poor Mr. Ives, too. Would you care to come with me?